Now, awesome. Now, we're from National Training and Development, and we're going a little low-tech today because we figured out we don't know how to use this thing. So, with low-tech, National Training and Development, my name's Emmanuel. This is Michael Bonelli. So, there's a few categories that I believe all of you fit into. And today we're going to talk about options. So, we're going to try something a little different. I want to get everyone to stand up, and I'm going to describe a couple of categories that I think you're sitting in right now. So, when you hear the category, they go, yep, that's me, I'm going to get you to sit down. Then I'm going to describe another category, and if you think, yeah, that's me, I'm going to sit down. Now, we're going to go all the way through to the category that I was in when I was your age at school. So, do it. You want to stand up? All right, yeah, you like this in the morning. Now, category number 1, 5 years' time. Put yourself in the future. This category knows, Emmanuel, I know exactly what I'm doing in 5 years' time. I'm smashing out my university degree. I'm over here. I've got this job. I've already taken all the subjects for the last few years. I know exactly what I'm doing. Mum and Dad have got it sorted. I've got the funding sorted. Mate, you don't even need to tell me anything. I know what I'm doing. I'm aiming at it. I'm doing it. Put your hand up if you know exactly what you're doing in 5 years' time. All right, 1, 2, 3, something. Perfect. Woo. Sit down, guys. Well done. Now, category number 2. You guys are thinking, I've got a general idea. There's probably 1 of 5 things that I want to do. However, I know that if I take this course, jump into this industry, that once I get maybe into year 3, I'm going to specialise. But I'm going to rely on the education or being in the industry before I make that decision. But I know what I'm doing. After school, I'm pursuing a course, and I'm going to figure it out in a few years' time. Put your hand up if that's you. All right. Fantastic. Sit down, guys. Now we're weeding it out a little bit. And I'm thinking that some of you guys are a little honest, right? Category number 3. You love the social aspect of school. You're like, oh man, it's my mates. We've actually got together and we're figuring out we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go out there, we're going to do, we're all going to jump and work at a cruise ship. Or we're all going to take this course. Or we're all going to pursue this industry. We're going to do it together. I don't really care about 5 years yet. I'm just going to do it because it's my mates and that's what we do. So does anyone fit into that category? We've got mates decided together. Yes. We've got a couple. All right, sit down. Now, this last category is my favourite. It was my category. Now, Emmanuel, 5 years' time, you're crazy, I'm going to be old. 5 years? I'm only worried about the end of school, let alone 5 years' time. I can't wait to finish. You know what? Then I'm going to pursue things like suntan. I'm going to pursue things like socialising. Actually, maybe I'm going to be the national champion at Call of Duty. Because I'm going to have a bit of time left, and I can just dedicate some time. You know, I'm going to think about 5 years in 5 years. Maybe I'll figure out what I'm doing there, but right now I'm just going to smash school out, finish it. That's my goal. End of year ball. After that, I'll figure out what's next. Does anyone maybe fit into that? I'll figure that out later. All right. Sit down, guys. Now, if there's anyone else standing up there, you might fit in between one of those other categories, so you can sit down too. Now, at National Training and Development, we specialise in a couple of things. Now, one of them, we describe ourselves as the webjet of education. Now, if any of you, anyone familiar with webjet?
Webjet?
Yeah, of course. Webjet is when you punch something in, I want to go to the Gold Coast, and it comes up with, here's all your flights, here's all the places you can stay. So, because we specialise also in establishing or helping you unlock your long-term goals, we sit down with people from your age all the way through to your parents' and grandparents' age and figure out what is it that you're trying to achieve? What do you really want to do? Most people are beaten up by life or by what people tell them they need to be doing. And they're like, well, I don't really know what I want to do. And then through a process that we do, we unlock that. We find out that someone actually wants to pursue a career that everyone's seeking. Yeah. Like that. Really? No one else does that. But that's what they want to do. So once we unlock that process with them, we actually create a pathway to help them achieve it. We have a number of organisations that we work through with over 40 different courses, mainly diploma level. And once we get someone on that path, we actually nurture them and help them all the way through to pursue a pathway to achieve their goals. Now, I'm going to pass you to Mike because he's got experience. He's a local here. And he's going to tell you a little bit about the pathway he took and a little bit more about us.
All right, g'day everyone. My name's Michael. Like Emmanuel was saying, we work together.
I was pretty impressed with that actual activity. You guys are a lot smarter than I thought. I was an Annoyed Marryatville student. I heard all sorts of stories about how dumb you guys were. So well done. Now it's good to be at this. Now it's good to be here. It's good to be back. I grew up just up the road, and I can relate to you guys a lot. I'm 27 now, so I'm you guys in 10 years, effectively, 10-ish years. And so when I was your age, I was not really that focused on my future. I was definitely in that last group, like Emmanuel said. I'm worried about what the next big day out lineup is. That's all I cared about. And I didn't really have much of a plan. I thought maybe a pyrotechnician. I learnt what that was one day. I could make fireworks and do that. I thought that'd be a cool job, but I didn't really look into it or anything like that. Found out it was all maths and science, and that went out the window. So I did finish school. I was committed to that. I knew I didn't want to close my options off, and that's an important thing, I think. If you can finish year 12 and you can stick it out, your horizons become so much more colourful because your options are open. So I finished. However, my TER was shocking. Do you still call it TER? Okay, it's changed. So there you go. I'm old. So my score was shocking. I couldn't get into anything in uni, pretty much. So I thought, all right, I got my Cs. I still finished. I'm going to go and I'm just going to work. And I did exactly what Emmanuel was saying, and I had a gap year, and then another one, and then another one, and then another one. I had 4 gap years. And during that time, I worked in a lot of random different jobs. I watched pretty much every DVD that was in Blockbuster, because you couldn't download movies then. I travelled the world. I went all through South Asia, Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Sri Lanka, Brunei. I went to Africa. I travelled all over Africa. I went to the States. I went to hung out on the beach in Hawaii for ages. And then I came back to Australia, and I was 22, and I thought, all of my friends have careers now. They've all finished uni. They've all got a nice car. They've all got money in the bank. And I'm here like working at the servo. And I thought, okay, well, I need to go to uni. And so I thought long and hard about it, and I decided I'd get the best job that I could think about. It's something that only interests me the most, and I went and did a teaching degree. I'm a teacher. That's what I did. And so I'm actually a PE and English and SOS teacher, so don't throw tomatoes at me, I'm sorry. And that's something that I really, really enjoy doing, because I enjoy working with people and I enjoy working with education. And it wasn't until I went to university that I gained a real appreciation for learning. School didn't interest me. University, I loved it. I got to sit there and I really enjoyed learning at world events. I'd seen the world. The world's a great place and there's a lot of interesting things out there, but I didn't know anything about it. And so that's why I got involved with what we're doing right now. Right now, I work as a course advisor. And like Emmanuel was saying, National Training and Development, we can offer you so many other options that are available than just besides your, that one pathway that you know about. It's either uni, TAFE, or a trade. So many other options available out to you. And one of the things which we use is vet fee help. Has anyone heard of HEX before? HEX? Yeah, everyone knows how HEX works?
Does anyone not know how it works? All right, tell them how it works.
All right, we're going to tell you how it works. So we are very lucky in Australia. Australia is the top of the food chain when it comes to countries in the world. We are the top of the food chain. We almost have a royal birthright by the fact that we're Australian, because the government is interested in you. They're interested in helping you to succeed, and they've provided a whole bunch of funding that's available to you, which is not even available in places like America. You don't pay for all of your university up front. Here, you can study, the government will pay for you, then when you finish, you have to have a job where at the moment you need to be earning $49,107 a year before your taxes start paying back your course. So at no point do you physically hand over any money for your course, your taxes do it. And then after you get your income, it deducts tax normally, and then it deducts your money that you paid for your loan, for your course. I think I spent about $18,000 or something like that on my teaching degree, and then I get everything that's left over.
Can I ask a question? Does anyone have like 40, 50, 80, a grand in their bank right now for education? Yes!
Oh, can we be friends?
One thing to add to that, the federal government has dedicated $100,000 or thereabouts, it's about 96.
96,590, I think.
Yeah, for every Australian citizen for your education. Now, how do you unlock that and tap into that and pursue something that you want to achieve? This is what we're talking about.
So effectively, if you're an Australian citizen, you qualify. So if you have citizenship, or if you're a refugee, so if you're a humanitarian, so then you also qualify. So that funding is available to you, and that's how people pay for the university in Australia. All of our courses come under that scope as well. So every single diploma course which we have comes under that system. Now, what makes us different from TAFE and university? like Emmanuel was saying, we're what we like to refer ourselves to the Webjet of education. So if you go to Webjet, you can look up Qantas, Virgin, Tiger, all the other airlines, all on one website, all right in front of you. Some you might have seen, has anyone seen like iSelect, all those ads for health insurance? You probably don't care about health insurance right now at this age, but has anyone seen iSelect ads? That's what they do as well. They have all the different health providers all under one banner. We do the same thing with education. So we have about 8 different education partners all over the country, so we can send you in a million different directions. Now all of our courses are shorter. So we have Cert 1, Cert 2, Cert 3, Cert 4, Diploma. That's what we deal with. Advanced Diploma, University. So we're just that peg down below university. And what it does is it gives you an opportunity to get a solid qualification in a shorter period of time. So you might not be ready to commit 4 years of your life to a certain industry. We can get you a diploma 6 months, a year and a half, I think is our longest course. And so for an example, if you're looking to go be a nurse, you can be a registered nurse at university. It takes you 3 years. We have a diploma in nursing, which is a year and a half, and you become an enrolled nurse. And so you can do a year and a half of uni, be an enrolled nurse, work as an enrolled nurse, and then if you wanted to go to university and finish it off one day, you could, and you get credit for the stuff that you've already done with us. We have business diplomas, we have management diplomas, we have counselling, we have engineering, we have all sorts of massage courses, we have health courses. We've got pretty much everything that you could be looking for, but in a shorter qualification, because it is that step below university. But what it does, for me, when I went to university, I had to go to the showgrounds and I had to sit a test. It was the adult re-entry test. My whole university hinged on how I went on that test, and luckily for me, I fluked it, and I got into university. But what we can do, we can give you a pathway. We can give you a qualification where you do a diploma in a field, find out if you like it. If you do, go study it at university. You might not need to go to university. You might need just to study something in a certain field, maybe a bit of business training so you know how to run a business. Go set up your own business. That's what we can help you do. We map it out through for a big 5-year plan, and we help you to achieve your goals by getting you on that right track.
I applaud every single one of you for one, still being here. Especially those guys who know exactly what they're doing. There was a whole bunch of you who said, 5 years' time, I know what I'm doing. I'm focused, I'm there. Reality is, a lot of us are not there. And the whole purpose that National Training and Development around, one of our directors who created this, he was an interesting young man, kind of mucked around a little bit, had the baldy head and the steel cap boots, and the negative t-shirt that JJ talked about. And someone said, hey, what are you doing with your life? Do something at university. So he and a bunch of his friends, category 3, said, well, we're going to do IT because IT is the next big thing. Now, we're a little older than Mike. See, we're 20 years on from where you guys are. So he went and done IT. Came out, finished his degree and said, I hate computers. I've just got a $20,000 debt and I'm never ever going to use that degree. So he's established this company, one, focus, to help you understand what is it you actually want to be doing. What is the industry you actually want to dedicate some time to? Not just to do it for the sake of doing it, but have a purpose. With that purpose, by us specialising in helping you unlock what you want to achieve, then you take the steps that are going to help you there. I have a young son, he's 14 years old. With him, we realised there's a few industries that he wanted to get into. So we went and met some of these people. One of them was a pilot. So we went and sat down, I took him on a flying lesson, and he asked the pilot, I gave him an essay, asked the pilot all the things he needed to take at school in order to get his licence. Now, he asked him, what are the subjects? You have to take physics, you have to take maths, you have to take certain things. Now, I also know if you've gone through school and did what I did, which was chose all the subjects that I was really good at, because I aced them.
Laughing, guilty.
You know it. But when I got to the end, I thought, okay, I'm getting a little older now. I'm like 16, going to grow up. I'm going to focus. So I actually want to pursue this course. And I think I want to be an architect. And guess what? I hadn't taken architecture through any of my courses. So when I went to year 12, or the equivalent in New Zealand where I'm from, sorry buddy, you can't even take this course. You needed to take it 3 years ago. So what I killed my dream. I thought, that's my option's over. I can't pursue it. Move on. The reality is you can pursue it if that's what you really want, and you've made some choices that are maybe not thinking about the future to date. There's still ways that we can assist you, and through some of these courses, if that's what you really want to do, let's put it on a pedestal and let's show you how you can make it. Best fee help, just covering that again. Vocation and educational training help from the government, that is gold. You've got HEX fee for university, you've got the vocation and education training fee, or diploma level. Our young man over here can pay for his course all out there by himself, and that's fantastic, and I applaud that. Every single one other out there of you, we've got government access that we can help pursue that. Your future's important. You are the future of this whole nation. I applaud you for being here at school, and I applaud you for your future, and I wish you all the very best. Remember, National Training and Development, if you want to establish some goals and figure out what you're doing, and you don't know yet, look for this young man. He manages the region. So have a fantastic day and enjoy your future. Excellent.